The road to success can be long and challenging, but the outcome will almost always definitely be worth it. In order to be successful, one must practice the certain habits that are associated with success. No one wants to be a failure after all. As much as possible, we want to be the best that we can be and simply just be on top of our game. And so that we can be on top of our game, we must practice these habits for a better and more inspired us. Before we continue, please subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you get updated with our videos. For today, we will be talking about top 15 successful habits and how to implement them. Number 15. Start your day by waking up early. We start off this list with one of the oldest tricks in the book. Night owls aren't going to like this one, but hear us out. One of the habits that successful people have is that they get out of bed early. Around 50% of self-made millionaires get out of bed over 3 hours before their day begins. They use the time to plan the day ahead, work on some personal matters, and find the time for some exercise. These rich tycoons even have their own fancy club called Early Risers Club, and it sounds exactly as it is. Successful people have made a habit of waking up early and even have created a community based on it. Notable members include Disney CEO Robert Iger, Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer, and Sir Richard Branson of Virgin Group. So, if you're looking to build successful habits for a better you, start off by making it a point to wake up early. Number 14. Regular exercise. Part of becoming successful means a whole lot of stress coming your way. And while there are many ways to deal with stress, few are better than getting some exercise. 70% of adults in the US suffer from stress, according to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America. With exercise, not only do you find an outlet to release that stress, but it also gets you more motivated to do other things. Exercise at least 4 days a week to even every day can enhance your mental sharpness and memory, even get your creative juices flowing. Exercising is even proved to double your productivity rate, according to Richard Branson. Not to mention the numerous health benefits you will get by incorporating a consistent exercise program in your daily routine. If you want to be successful, you need to make sure that your body and mind are held up to the best standard possible. So if you haven't started exercising, you should start now. Number 13. Surround yourself with the right people. Let's be real here. The people you surround yourself with are a reflection on you and your goals. If you want to be a successful person, you need to surround yourself with successful people or people who want to be successful. You're only as successful as the people you surround yourself with. Keeping successful people around have a huge impact when it comes to motivation. You can't help but feel inspired when you see people similar to yourself doing the hard work needed for a better life. Same goes for people who have already built a foundation of success. You look at them and see a part of what you transpire to be. That's why it's very crucial to build relationships with people who have that positive energy and help motivate you to reach your goals. If you surround yourself with underachievers who aren't content being below average, chances are you won't get anywhere with that kind of company. Number 12. Be goal-oriented. What better way to increase your dedication to work than to set your own goals? Whether they be short-term or long-term goals, achieving them can help you provide a certain clarity when it comes to making decisions. Think of it as you're tailoring your mind to feel motivated and inspired. By setting goals for yourself, you work constantly towards achieving those goals, and when you do, your mind is at ease, almost as if it's gone through a reward system. It's important to set goals for ourselves, as it is directly or indirectly a factor to our success. Having goals sets you on a path to where you want to go and how you want to achieve it. Be goal-oriented and chase that light at the end of the tunnel. Number 11. Get enough sleep. Getting the proper amount of sleep is absolutely vital to one's success. Albert Einstein himself said that he preferred to get at least 10 hours of sleep in order to function at his very best. That's nearly half of your day dedicated to sleep. Some may say that it is a waste of time, but sleeping is never a waste of time. Sleep has many benefits and is critical to success as it helps with memory and creative thinking. Also, a healthy individual is one who has proper sleep, exercise, and eating habits. If you're one of those people who like to cram and stay up all night disregarding your body's need for some shut-eye, this can prove detrimental to your success and can cause many negative health implications in the future. Do yourself a favor and get at least 8 hours of sleep a day. If you want to go full Einstein, then by all means. Number 10. Read. It sounds simple enough, doesn't it? Well, to some it can be challenging. Reading has always been something that divides people. Some absolutely love reading and always look forward to it, whether be it a book, magazine, or news article, while some doesn't really have the taste for it. But if they want to be successful, they better rethink their stance when it comes to reading. Successful people read. That's just the reality of it. They can read for entertainment, where friction comes into play, but they also read for insight and knowledge. These include biographies, history books, and self-help books. And reading shouldn't be limited to these things, as it is extremely beneficial as well to read about the industry you are in and beyond. So, if you haven't already picked up something to read, we strongly recommend that you do so. Number 9. Have multiple sources of income. Want to know what is common with the millionaires of the world? It's that they never have only one source of income. Successful people know that creating multiple streams can provide them with the financial stability needed in their lives. Having just one income stream is okay, but God forbid that something happened to that stream, like a pandemic, and it can create problems for you and the people around you. Having not just one, but several sources of income is extremely helpful, especially in the trying times that we are in. Over 65% of self-made millionaires have at least 3 sources of revenue flow. By having different sources of income, it puts you in a comfortable position in the chance that economic downturns may occur. If you just have one source of income, it's best that you work towards a second and even a third source. It doesn't have to be anything grand and massive, just something simple with the potential to be even bigger. Number 8. It's okay to say no. One of life's most important reminders is that it's okay to say no. People associate no with a negative connotation, and they are right to a certain extent. But there are dangers and perils to just saying yes blindly, and it could derail your chances of being successful. If someone told you to jump off a bridge, would you say yes? Of course not. And while it is an exaggeration, it's important to keep in mind that there are some things in life we can't say yes to. Saying no more often can actually get more things done. We may not want to offend people, especially to our close friends and family, but it is important to stand our ground and be honest with how we feel towards a particular thing. To quote billionaire Warren Buffett, he says, "You have to learn to say no without feeling guilty. Setting boundaries is healthy. You need to learn to respect and take care of yourself." The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Number 7. Constantly challenge yourself. Staying in your comfort zone will result into a stagnant state. If you are really serious about being successful, stagnation is the last thing that should make its way into your life. You cannot succeed in life without achieving personal growth. Personal growth cannot be achieved by staying comfortable. You need to willingly accept and embrace the difficult challenges that come into your life. It is only by embracing them that you can have the fortitude to eventually overcome them. When we overcome obstacles, we learn to develop critical life skills which will attribute to our future success, which is what we all want at the end of the day. Remember this, with no intention of being funny. We say that the real challenge is the challenge itself. Or to be more specific, to challenge yourself. Number 6. Maintain a positive attitude. We admit that it's hard to maintain a positive attitude, especially with so much negativity surrounding the world nowadays. But maybe given the circumstances of the world, a positive attitude is exactly what we need. By being consumed by negativity everywhere, it will only inhibit us from reaching where we want to be in the future, which in turn will keep us from achieving the success that we want. That's why it is much better to adopt a positive attitude and be proactive when it comes to things. When something negative happens, instead of focusing on the bad, instead, be more positive and focus on how to make things better. Your own outlook in life can make all the difference when it comes to handling these situations. Do yourself a favor and stay positive. Number 5. Don't waste your time. Money isn't the only thing valuable that people don't want to waste, but time as well. As the cliche goes, time is of the essence and couldn't be more important, especially when it comes to success. At least with money, when we invest and lose it, we can always gain it back. You can never get back lost time, which makes it important to know that we must spend our time wisely and efficiently. Time is money for every successful person. They spend that time wisely because they know how valuable time is in getting things done. There's nothing wrong with taking the time to kick back and relax by browsing what's on Netflix or scrolling through Facebook and Instagram. But if you have other stuff that need to be worked on or polished, it's best to use that time on that instead of wasting it. Time is gold. Number 4. Don't be complacent. Complacency is something that almost all successful individuals fear. When you reach at the very top of the mountain, it's easy to just slack off since you've already achieved your goals. That is complacency and is something we must avoid at all costs. And the worst part about being complacent? It might not even wait till you've reached your goals, but could also come very well along the way. Attainment of short-term goals or positive feedback are some of the few things that can make people complacent. Remember to take those things with a grain of salt and focus on the bigger picture ahead. And even when you achieved everything you've set out to achieve, it's time to come up with new goals and achieve even more. Number 3. Focused thinking. It's important to take the time to process everything that's going on in your life. Taking just 15 to 30 minutes a day to pause and reflect on everything that's been happening to you can really do you wonders. Whether it be your career, your health, and your relationships, just taking that quick pause every day can make for a more successful and better you. Research shows that taking the time off day is an effective method of stress reduction. Let's face it, the less stress we have, the better. So, before you start your day, just pause and reflect. Think of things running through your head, all the things you want to accomplish. And when you're done with your day, take the time again to process everything you've accomplished for that day. Number 2. Practice self-control. A trademark of the most successful people? They know how to control themselves. Self-control is one of the most difficult things to practice and master. But nobody can argue how doing so can make you more successful. There are times where emotions get high, and we will do things in the heat of the moment, whether it be making a hasty decision, spending a certain amount of money, or even something as simple as what you're going to do for the next hour. When you cater to your emotions, you're giving in to your ego. And while sometimes it can have a positive effect, more often than not, it has a negative effect. The next time you feel like your ego is taking over, just be aware. Take a deep breath and focus again on what is needed and what is best for the situation. That, my friends, is self-control. And number 1. Don't be afraid to fail. We cap off our list of successful habits with what we feel is the most important of it all. We started off this video by saying that nobody wants to be a failure, and that is true. But what most people don't realize is that all successful people have experienced failure before reaching success. chances are they are still failing at things despite being in the position they are in now. And that is okay. Part of life is failing, and the important thing is that we learn from our failures. There are some things we learn through failure that we could never learn through success. As it has been said many times before, failure is the greatest teacher. Take the risks and dare to fail. If we never take risks, if we never fail, we will never be successful. As Michael Jordan once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So our parting words will be, take your shot. Which part was your favorite? Any other successful habits you know of that you feel could have made the list? Drop a comment below, letting us know what you think and how you feel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you get notified when we drop a new video. Don't go anywhere just yet. Stay on your channel as the next video will be playing shortly. Thank you, YouTubers. See you again in a short while. Morrongo TV. Motivation, inspiration, fun.